Halo semuanya. Kita akan mulai sebentar lagi ya. Halo semuanya. Suara aku kedengaran kan? Mungkin sambil kita ngabuburit sore ini bisa ajak teman-temannya yang lain untuk ikut nonton RBT pada sore hari ini. Sangat seru karena topiknya menarik dan up to date dengan hari yang kita peringatin hari ini, yaitu Hari Kartini, dan juga besok Hari Bumi. Jadi pantengin terus ya sampai akhir. Halo Kak Vira. Kita tunggu teman-teman yang lain dulu untuk joinnya ya. Yuk teman-temannya dikabarin untuk lihat. Dan kita juga ada speaker yang sangat menarik, sangat inspiratif ya, terutama buat mungkin para teman-teman remaja yang masih muda, yang masih butuh sesuatu untuk jadikan inspiratornya. Speaker kita pada hari ini sangat inspiratif sekali. Bisa dikatakan sebagai seorang Kartini yang muda dan sudah berhasil untuk menciptakan suatu project yang menginspirasi kita semua, terutama di bidang lingkungan. Yuk ajak teman-temannya yang lain. Halo semuanya. Kita tunggu sampai agak rame ya. Jadi untuk teman-teman yang baru masuk RBT kita pada sore hari ini itu RBT yang episode yang ke-23 tentang semangat Kartini pulihkan bumi. Wah menarik banget gak tuh itu judulnya, tentang semangat seorang Kartini untuk memulihkan bumi, apalagi di masa zaman sekarang ini yang mungkin pada zaman dahulu kita ada Ibu Kartini yang sangat inspiratif untuk menegakkan hak-hak dan juga hukum-hukum tentang teman-teman perempuan. Tapi untuk yang saat ini mungkin untuk memulihkan bumi, apalagi di situasi yang pada saat ini bumi kita kondisinya sangat miris sekali karena ada climate change dan juga ada pencemaran lingkungan di mana-mana yang membuat bumi kita ini semakin hari semakin menyedihkan kondisinya. Mungkin aku akan langsung saja ke membicarakan tentang sedikit topik yang akan kita bahas pada hari ini. Karena seperti yang kita ketahui tadi, tema hari ini yaitu semangat Kartini untuk pulihkan bumi. Pasti kita sudah tahu dong, bumi itu sedang menghadapi kondisi seperti apa sih? Terutama menurut sebuah studi, bumi sekarang ini sudah tidak seperti dulu lagi. Apalagi dengan kondisi bumi yang semakin memprihatinkan, terutama perubahan-perubahan iklim yang terjadi di bumi. Dan juga menurut sebuah studi, ternyata hanya 3% dari ekosistem daratan bumi yang masih utuh. Jika dibandingkan dengan kondisi bumi yang sebelum-sebelumnya, ini merupakan hal atau nilai yang sangat kecil. dan juga salah satunya itu disebabkan oleh kepunahan-kepunahan ekologis dan juga kepunahan biodiversitas yang terjadi. Lalu teman-teman tahu nggak bahwa baru-baru ini Google Earth merilis fitur barunya, yaitu time lapse, yang kita bisa melihat kondisi bumi pada zaman dahulu dan juga pada zaman ini. Nah, pada zaman dahulu itu bumi terlihat masih sempurna gitu ya, ekologisnya masih bagus, terus alamnya masih asri. Tapi pada zaman sekarang seperti yang kita ketahui, uh, glacier atau ice-nya itu juga sudah meleleh karena pemanasan global yang terjadi. Lalu alam-alam yang seperti hutan-hutan juga banyak yang ditebang, itu menyebabkan bumi semakin memprihatinkan kondisinya. Yuk teman-teman, kita bentar lagi mulai ya. Kita akan undang speaker kita yang sangat kece. Mungkin kita udah boleh undang nih speaker kita. Oh ya, ini sudah ada.
Okay.
Halo Laura.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine too. Halo teman-teman, jadi di sini perkenalkan, ini kita ada speaker kita yang tadi yang udah aku bilang, speaker kita yang sangat kece. Mungkin Laura bisa perkenalkan diri dulu.
Yeah, so hi, I'm Laura. I'm a student in British School Jakarta, and I'm 16 years old, 17 this year. And I also started satu project yang called Junior Golfers for a Cause. It's where we grab junior golfers to juggle, and people can donate as much as they want, and in return, we will juggle for them. So, yeah.
Wah, keren banget nih Laura. It's such an honor to meet you here. Jadi teman-teman, di sini speaker kita Laura ini sebenarnya masih SMA ya, masih SMA di British School Jakarta. Dan walaupun masih SMA nih, masih muda, tapi Laura sudah berani untuk menginisiasi suatu project yang bernama Junior Golfers for a Cause ya. Dan itu merupakan project untuk juggling golf yang dapat didonasikan ya.
Iya,
Untuk organisasi lingkungan. Wah, keren banget teman-teman. Tepuk tangan dulu dong. Dan sebenarnya Laura mungkin kesibukannya sekarang apa sih?
Sekarang aku ada banyak pelajaran, so because I need to apply for university this end of this year, so sekarang aku lagi fokus sama ujian nanti.
Wah, semangat ya. Good luck for your exam. Oke, teman-teman, kita lanjut aja nih bahas. Jadi, Laura, for the topic for today is about the motivation or the spirit of Kartini on memulihkan bumi, atau mungkin we can say that to repair the earth ya. As we all know now, the earth is not the usual condition as before. Maybe you could give some opinion. What do you think about the condition of the earth now?
Yeah, I think the condition of the earth is kind of getting worse because I guess climate change, and then even in your eyes you can see like a lot of trash on the street, on the river. Like if you go somewhere, you can see the trash. Juga polusinya banyak banget juga kan. Langitnya udah kayak nggak bagus sometimes. And then also kayak in our pantai-pantai ada banyak sampah juga. So if we don't act now, then I don't think that the earth can be sustainable and the resources that we have now might be lost in the future. So I think we have to act now. It can be small, can just be like reducing your plastic waste because it can help make a huge difference. So I think that we should act now. Yeah.
Ya, that's right, exactly. Jadi teman-teman, kita tahu bahwa bumi ini kan memang sudah rusak banget ya mungkin ya daripada kondisinya yang terdahulu. Apalagi sekarang banyak isu-isu tentang climate change, terus juga pencemaran lingkungan, sampah yang menumpuk. Indonesia apalagi menjadi negara yang kedua terbesar untuk tingkat sampahnya dan itu sangat miris sekali ya. Dan Laura ini mengatakan bahwa kita sebagai anak muda harus berani untuk bertindak. We have to act now. If not, who else will act? Oke, bagaimana juga menurut Laura? Kan Laura ini sudah menginisiasi sebuah project tadi yaitu Junior Golfers for a Cause. Nah, mengapa sih Laura tertarik untuk mengadakan project itu untuk membantu organisasi lingkungan?
So I'm very fond of the environment, I guess, because I do golf. Udah tahu I do golf. So I'm surrounded by nature. Ada banyak kayak pohon, bunga, juga ada sungai kan. Tapi sungainya ada banyak sampah. Udah warnanya udah kayak coklat. So I felt kind of kayak bad, I guess. Karena juga ada kayak biawak yang tinggal di situ. So I was like, oh, maybe it's not a good living condition. So then this summer I tried to make use of my time because of, I cannot go outside because of like corona kan, COVID-19 udah masih nggak bagus. So I tried to do something where I can involve my golf skills and help the environment as well. And then through research and Instagram, I found Teens Go Green, and I think that their vision and their direction is the same as mine. So I decided to contact them and ask if I could collaborate with them and help my project. So yeah, that's kind of how I created this. And yeah.
Oh, that's really interesting, right? Like you just randomly search for an organization in Instagram.
Yeah, because I cannot really do anything directly because I'm so far from like the beach and other organizations, and I'm not really allowed to go outside and do help with like cleanups and stuff like that because I'm not allowed to. But so the only way that I could think to help was to raise funds and donate to projects, which does help the environment. So I think that's kind of the biggest thing that I could have thought about at that time right now.
Well, I think that's the biggest thing and the largest thing that you could help us now because that will really mean for the organization, especially Teens Go Green. Oke, jadi teman-teman tadi Laura bilang kalau kita di sini Laura menginisiasi Project Junior Golfers for a Cause itu karena memang dia melihat secara umum bahwa kondisi lingkungan pada saat ini yang semakin memburuk, lalu apa yang dia mengaitkan dengan hobinya yaitu golf, dan dia berusaha untuk melakukan sesuatu atau melakukan sebuah action untuk lingkungan dengan raise fund atau melakukan sebuah donasi supaya dapat disumbangkan ke organisasi lingkungan. Seperti itu. Jadi, actually I'm really curious about why do you choose the environmental organization? Because sometimes usually people will think like organization environment and also sports, it doesn't really correlate with each other. So why do you think this will make it, or you think this will success your project?
I think because during quarantine, I guess people are starting to take action and people are starting to be more curious about the environment because of corona, because that's also kind of like natural kind of thing. It's a disease. And then people are also starting to see that when everybody is stuck at home, the pollution kind of decreases because of like less transportation and, less like walking around and like throwing trash. So I think that people are starting to be more active within the issue of the environment, also because a lot of people are on social media right now. And yeah, and also golf is a sport created by nature. So without the grass, without the land that we have, we cannot play the sport because we need a huge like area kan. Juga we need like trees, water, we need grass, we need everything. So if those resources aren't there for us, then we can't really play and the game we can't play the game basically. So I think a lot of golfers out there, especially I think my friends, like the teenagers one, they kind of care about the environment as well. So they also try not to like litter or like destroy the courses because it's also not good. It's not good etiquette in the game as well. So I think golf and nature and environment has a lot in common. So I think that there's a kind of a link there.
Yeah, exactly. So it inspires you because golf itself is a sport based on environment. Like without the environment, you can't play golf.
Yeah.
Jadi teman-teman, Laura terinspirasi karena hobinya yaitu bermain golf, merupakan suatu olahraga yang memang kan kalau golf kita harus berada di sebuah lapangan dan juga harus ada rumput-rumputan dan harus ada sebuah area golfnya yang memang itu sangat natural sekali dan sangat asri. Jadi kalau misalnya semua itu atau bumi ini berusak, maka golf itu juga akan sulit gitu untuk dimainkan lagi ya. Bisa-bisa in the future we can't play golf anymore because the nature is destroyed.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's really inspiring, Laura. So how about besides the inspiration about the golf itself and the environment, how do you think about the other environmental issues such as plastic, climate change, and others? Does any one of that issues take your attention the most?
I would say plastic right now because you can see it everywhere and it's very obvious that it's a huge problem because I think there's also a lot of people who don't know that littering is a problem. Like maybe they just throw away their trash like on the road or in like the gut in the sewer and they don't know where that leads to. They just say like, oh, it's out of my hands, so I can't do anything about it. Tapi these sewers go to the like big oceans, seas, and rivers. So it impacts the marine life as well. So that would impact the fish, and it would impact also the food we eat because it's not going to be clean. Because the living space of the fish aren't good. And then yeah, it also affects like the water that comes out in the shower, I guess, because how it works, I think it's you get water from the sewage and then they filter it out, and then that's how you get the water for your shower, the sink, and everything. So plastic waste also really impacts like marine life. So if marine life gets destroyed by plastic, then we won't have like enough food resources for us as well. So I think it's also a huge problem, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. Furthermore, the plastics issues is now really concerning because as we know, the plastic aren't biodegradable and it's really hard to degrade it. So I think it's the most important for us to reduce the consume of plastic itself. Jadi teman-teman, Laura sangat selain isu tentang environmental untuk mendonasikan sumbangan ke organisasi lingkungan, Laura juga concern tentang isu plastik ya. Tadi seperti Laura katakan bahwa isu plastik ini penting karena selain plastik itu secara tidak langsung juga berhubungan dengan apa yang kita pakai sehari-hari, apa yang kita makan sehari-hari. Seperti kalau misalnya plastik dibuang di saluran perairan, lalu akan berakhir di laut, yang di laut itu akan ada ikan yang kita makan, dan maka dari itu kita juga akan makan plastik ya, atau mikroplastik yang ada di dalam ikan tersebut. Okay, thank you very much, Laura, for your opinion. Maybe would you like to share about the small action that you did, or maybe how do you think that by juggling in junior golfers for a cause, and how do you get your intention from your other of junior golfers, from your friends, to join with you in this action?
Yeah, so when I found this idea, I texted my like small group of friends who play golf as well, and they thought it was a really good idea. So then in our poster, you can see the like three of them, the three of my friends on the poster as well, and they helped me a lot. They also helped me to ask other junior golfers in Indonesia, but also I guess around the world, I guess kind of. So they've been really big help to me in getting these juggles, and because we have quite a lot of donations, so we have about like 10,600 juggles we have to do in total, and so far we're we're like halfway there, so we're trying to get more junior golfers to join. But then we also changed to if you want to join, you can join. You don't have to be a junior golfer to do it, I guess. So you can just juggle like once or twice and just send the video to our email, and then that would also help us really, yeah. So yeah, I have a group of friends who really help me, and yeah, we tried to put posters on some golf courses, like in PIC or in BSD. So they also really helped in getting donations as well.
Well, that's really great because you have a great team there, you and your friends. That's why I think it make a great teamwork to make the project successful. Jadi teman-teman, Laura selain dirinya sendiri untuk menginisiasi project Junior Golfers for a Cause, dia juga memiliki tim di belakangnya, yaitu teman-temannya yang sangat suportif, terutama untuk mendukung dan mempromosikan project ini ke orang-orang yang lain gitu. Jadi semakin banyak orang yang mengetahui tentang proyek ini, semakin banyak orang yang dapat berpartisipasi untuk mendukung proyek ini. If I may know, the first one that you will tell when you have the idea of this Junior Golfers for a Cause, who was it?
Oh,
The first person that will tell about your idea.
oh, do I say the name?
It's okay, yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's a group chat of like four of us. So I sent it to my friends Cynthia, Joey, and Ray. These are, I guess, one of my closest friends, because we grew up playing golf together. And yeah, even during quarantine, we kind of play golf rounds together because it's basically our only source of exercise and only source to, get close with each other and spend time with each other in open doors as well. So we can kind of, I guess, appreciate nature in a way as well. So yeah, these three friends are very supportive and very thankful for them. Yeah.
Wow, that's really amazing because you know where's the direction that you will go for when you have that idea with your friends, and then they are really supportive. Is your friend watching right now?
Maybe.
I think they will be really proud of you and also proud of themselves because what they did now from the Junior Golfers for a Cause and giving the donations for new environmental organization, that will really means a lot for the environment and the society around it. Uh, maybe a few minutes later we will answer some questions. Jadi teman-teman yang mau bertanya ke Laura, silahkan untuk memasukkan pertanyaan di kolom chat ya. Okay, how about your golf hobbies? Like besides juggling, what makes your hobby golf that is really important for untuk kelestarian bumi? Yang penting untuk kelestarian bumi.
I think because not gonna lie, I think sometimes when you're building golf courses, you kind of destroy the environment as well, because you're interfering, I guess, with the habitat. But then, yet again, they also, when building these courses, they also try to preserve these species of like plants. So I think that sometimes they also help. And there's also a lot of like rivers as well. So I guess if golfers play in these courses and they throw the trash, they throw trash sembarangan, then it will affect the environment really bad, because the course is the environment, right? So, and especially if they throw plastic on like the cart path or in the water or on the grass, it's not biodegradable, so it will stay there forever. So yeah, I think that um, golfers should try to be sustainable as well as the courses. Maybe they can, I don't know, try to cut down on plastic as well, so that the waste on the course when they're managing it, when they're cleaning it, would be less as well. So yeah.
Oh, that's really interesting, and I think that's a new insight for me, because I thought building a golf course actually is interfering the environment. So I think that's really amazing to know. And maybe if you would like to share about, do you have any experiences like dealing directly with like the pollution around your environment around you? Do you have the direct experience of that?
I guess in the golf course, sometimes people just like leave their water bottle, like the plastic bottle, on the table, or some of the golf courses, they have separate trash. They have trash for like cans or plastic, no plastic, or like paper, and sometimes people just like put it in random ones. So, and I was playing with this person once, I think, and then he just left the plastic bottle like on the trash. So I just when he left, I just put it in the trash that's for plastic. I think that's about it, because I'm surrounded by people who also kind of care about the environment, so I don't really um yeah, I don't really face with a lot of issues regarding them like disrupting the environment or littering or anything. But I do see a lot of pollution in the rivers, especially when I'm like on tall or on the roads. You can definitely see a lot of trash, but I can't really do anything because there's so much trash already, and even I think to clean up, it would take a lot of days to do it. So the only way to stop is to stop littering, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Jadi teman-teman, Laura sendiri bilang bahwa dia juga pernah berhadapan dengan situasi di mana dia melihat gitu ada suatu kegiatan yang mencemari lingkungan. Contohnya tadi seperti yang dikatakan Laura, ada sampah plastik yang tidak dibuang dengan benar gitu. Jadi secara tidak langsung kan itu membuat pencemaran lingkungan yang mungkin jika kita lihat mungkin itu hal yang kecil ya, tapi ketika lama-kelamaan jika semua orang menganggap itu hal yang kecil, itu akan menumpuk menjadi hal yang besar. Seperti itu. Laura, I think you are really inspiring because I'm really honored to be here and I can directly interview with you now, and because you are still a young person, and then you have that really inspirational ideas of this initiating this project, especially for the environment and also for the youth, so that more youth will be more attractive to environmental issues. So maybe you have some message or something that you would like to say to other young Kartinis, Kartini muda ya pada saat ini yang mungkin masih malu-malu atau masih nggak berani untuk melakukan perubahan atau melakukan suatu action.
I just say that if you're inspired or if you're very like passionate about something, just do it. Even if you might not get that much attention, just do it because you'll be making a difference anyhow. And I guess if you're really passionate, just try and make a voice. You can, I don't know, create social media or contact any organizations if you want. Or you can even ask your parents for help if you're really passionate. And yeah, so maybe you can also ask your friends to, start a project with you or maybe a club, a poster, anything, because anything can help. So I guess just try, and yeah, if you fail, it's okay because um, you will succeed after failure. So I think just try and give it a go.
So we must be brave to try and don't be afraid to make an action, especially the small action from ourselves. Thank you very much, Laura, for your inspiring quotes. Maybe we'll start answering the questions by our audience here. Oke, teman-teman yang mau bertanya langsung atau ingin bertanya tentang sesuatu ke Laura bisa langsung ketik pertanyaannya di kolom komen ya. Okay, there is a question from Julia Box 2015. What other activities do you do related to environment or waste?
Me and my friends also we're starting another project to teach youth or like teenagers younger than us about the environment, and we're teaching them about like where waste goes, where plastic goes, and how you should recycle and other methods of recycling. Like you could create art out of them, or you can reuse the like plastic bottles or to turn them into like art crafts and stuff like that. So yeah, we've been teaching them, and we're also teaching them to create artwork from recycled objects or from waste products like bottles, bottle caps, newspaper, and we're also encouraging them to recycle and create posters to promote recycling. So yeah, and also the Junior for a Cause, that activity as well. That's the main project for me right now because I have to do a lot of things. I have to edit videos. I have to ask people for videos for juggling. I have to promote it on social media as well. So I think that's the main project I'm doing right now, but I've been doing small other projects like teaching as well.
So mostly your project, the Junior Goals for a Cause, that is all done by yourself. I mean, like from the video editing and then the video taking, it's done by yourself.
Yeah, so it's mainly done by me, but then I sometimes ask my friends if it's like not if they don't mind. I usually try like, oh, it's okay if you don't mind, you can edit it and just count the total. But then most of the videos that are uploaded on the Instagram is edited by me. It's very simple, but then it's just to show that we've been doing the juggling and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, it's really cute, like the video that is already posted on Teenspoken's Instagram. I think the animation and also the transition of the video is really amazing. I can't believe that you edited it by yourself.
Yeah, it's edited by me.
Oke, teman-teman, jadi tadi untuk pertanyaan yang tadi Laura bilang bahwa dia juga melakukan beberapa aktivitas yang lain selain menginisiasi project golf tadi, dia juga membuat suatu art atau seni dari bahan-bahan yang mungkin bisa didaur ulang ya dari sampah-sampah yang didaur. Okay, we'll proceed to the next question. Teman-teman yang lain jika mau bertanya silakan ya. Okay, the question from Revin Ananda, how are you doing saving the environment right now, and what concrete actions can be taken with the people around you?
So I think we're trying to reduce takeout. We're trying to reduce like delivery food or like plastic. So even though whenever we like go check stuff, we try to put a note saying like, oh, we don't need the plastic utensils, or we buy the bag, like the reusable bags that you can buy as well. I think some stores mention it. And then also when going to the supermarket, my family we always bring our own like bags to the supermarket, so we don't have to use the plastic that they have. And then I think over December or sort of, I also did another project. It was kind of like a research project. So I tried to create paper out of like banana peels. And then I also created, what is it? Like, found glue, like a natural glue from banana peels. So that was like a side project, a mini project I did. And yeah, I think that's basically it. We also try to reduce our waste at home as well. So whenever we have like notebooks that we don't really use, we usually just, we try to reuse them. We like cut it up and then we reuse the back for like notes and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, that's really inspiring. Besides the project that you initiate, you also trying to apply the green lifestyle in your life and also in your family's life and around you. Jadi untuk pertanyaan tadi, Kak Revin, Laura sudah menerapkan apa ya, gaya hidup minim sampah ya, atau gaya hidup yang ramah lingkungan di kehidupan sehari-harinya. Salah satunya itu tadi seperti membawa tote bag, lalu juga mendaur ulang sampah-sampah yang ada di rumah, dan ada beberapa satu proyek yang unik ini tadi yang Laura buat, yaitu pada akhir Desember kemarin ya Laura, itu dia membuat kertas dari kulit pisang. Okay, that's really interesting because I think sebuah research ya, research itu. Do you do it for like a competition?
No. I think it was just during like a holiday, so I needed to be productive with my time, not sit around and watch YouTube all the time. So I think I tried to just find other alternatives, so to reduce waste for the environment. Ultimately, the goal is to reduce waste. So I found creating paper as one. So I tried to do that, and I found another thing. So it was kind of fun, but it was also like a way to be productive during the environment. Yeah, during like the holiday.
If we may know, what is the result of your research? I mean, do you find out that it is effective to replace paper?
It's very sticky. I don't with all the like ingredient materials that I use. I haven't really furthered the research, but my last result was it was kind of sticky, so I don't know if that could be replaced for paper, but I don't know for writing paper, but it could be for wrapping, like that would work. And then the glue, you could only get like really small amounts of glue from like 100 grams of banana peels. So you would need a lot of banana peel waste. So yeah.
Oh, that's really amazing because some of our audience here also are really amazed with the research that you've done. Jadi teman-teman, Laura itu kemarin pada Desember kemarin melakukan sebuah riset ketika mungkin di saat karantina ya. Di situ mungkin kita pada bosen untuk menjadi produktif, Laura melakukan riset dari kulit pisang atau kulit banana untuk dijadikan paper. Nah, dari riset tersebut Laura berhasil menemukan bahwa itu terlalu lengket untuk dijadikan kertas, tapi jika kita juga bisa mengambil kulit pisang itu untuk dijadikan lem atau glue, nah itu merupakan temuan yang sangat menarik karena mungkin jika teman-teman di sini tahu, mungkin itu hasilnya bisa dimasukkan ke dalam kompetisi internasional dan bisa menang ya Laura. It's really interesting research that you have. Okay, we will continue to the next question. How can you get people to follow you to do the same with your environment project? I think how do you, this is a question from Kak Revin, how do you convince, maybe what he means is, how do you convince people to join your environment project?
I think we promote it through Instagram or as well as like group chats of like my friends and I. We usually just say like, oh, you can just juggle because juggling is very easy for us. We can juggle for like, I don't know, 50 times, 100 times, 150 times in a row. And it's very simple task for the junior golfers. So we usually just say like, oh, could you film yourself juggling? And out of this, you can help create like donations for the environment, and you'd be helping the environment by just doing the small task. So we usually just like convince them by saying that like, oh, you'll be helping the environment just by doing this small task, which they are. But yeah, we usually just say that. And then I think we'd also say, if it's to strangers, we probably tell them about like the state of the environment right now, state of the earth, and that if you join our program or project, then you can feel less guilty and you can also help the environment in return. So
Thank you, Laura. That's really interesting. Jadi teman-teman tadi Laura bilang bahwa bagaimana sih caranya dia meyakinkan orang-orang supaya bisa ikut dengan dalam proyek yang dia lakukan itu dengan mempromosikan ya pastinya untuk mempromosikan melalui Instagram seperti tadi ada juga video yang diedit oleh Laura lalu teman-temannya juga dan juga untuk meyakinkan orang-orang bahwa ini merupakan suatu proyek yang bisa membantu untuk melestarikan lingkungan dan juga teman-teman yang berdonasi atau teman-teman yang berpartisipasi itu bisa merasa lebih tidak merasa bersalah gitu karena mungkin selama ini kita tanpa kita sadari kita membuang sampah, tanpa kita sadari kita merusak lingkungan. Jadi dengan berpartisipasi di proyeknya yang Laura bikin itu teman-teman jadi bisa merasa tidak bersalah gitu ya. Okay, thank you again Laura for your amazing explanation about what you did and your experience. Mungkin teman-teman yang lain yang mau bertanya silahkan. Oh ya, yeah, there is the Shanta. She said that maybe you can make the tutorial of the banana paper so we can try it at home. Maybe you can make it, Laura.
Yeah,
next time.
I'm trying to because during the process I took a lot of photos and videos as well. So even my mom encouraged me also to create like a tutorial. So I think I'll try to do that and upload it to the same Instagram as well, just for like a side in case people want to follow. Yeah.
Yeah. So don't forget guys, teman-teman di sini untuk follow Instagramnya Junior Golfers for a Cause. What's the Instagram, Laura?
Yeah, Junior Golfers for a Cause.
Junior Golfers for a Cause. Yeah, that's the Instagram ID. And also maybe you guys can follow Laura's Instagram at Laura.scca. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Oke, teman-teman yang mau bertanya silakan. Yang masih mau bertanya, maybe Laura, for you can give us a little opinion about di akhir-akhir ini kan kita sering dengar tentang isu climate change gitu ya, Laura. Nah, itu kan secara tidak langsung sangat berpengaruh kepada bumi kita, terus juga untuk kita sendiri nih, penghuni bumi di sini. Maybe you can tell us your opinion about this climate change, and do you think like we as youth, do we have any power to make this issue and to overcome this issue?
Yeah, so climate change is a huge problem. Definitely, it greatly affects the environment right now. Is one of the biggest issue, I think scientists says. And I'm not really in what is it? I'm not an expert. I'm not a professional, but I think you could just try to use the, I don't know, public transport, like because there's a newly built MRT, and I think it's pretty clean. It's good. So you can try to use that, or maybe um try to, I guess, use your cars and motorcycles less. Maybe try to walk or something. And a huge, and also I guess laziest way would be to cut down on trash, I guess. Like cut also not burning your trash because I see that a lot around my neighborhood. People like to burn their trash because it's the easy way to get rid of them. But then it makes a really huge negative impact on the environment because of pollution, because the carbon dioxide from the fire, it goes up in the air and then pollution. So yeah, I think that's the only thing. That's the easiest way to help with the condition right now.
Yeah, that's right. Moreover, Indonesian people really can get rid of burning their rubbish, burning their waste, because I think it's like a tradition. It's more like a generation to generation tradition where people get used to burning their waste, and it's not a really concerning issue for them. So I think like if we try to uh, remember or try to tell them it is not a good thing to do, I think they will like, oh, it's usual, it's usual. I think that's that or the negative impact of the burning waste. And dan itu teman-teman, jadi tadi kan kita nanya nih, apa pandangan Laura tentang sisi-sisi atau dampak negatif dari climate change. Jadi Laura bilang mungkin apa yang kita bisa lakukan untuk mengatasi perubahan iklim itu dengan cara kita naik transportasi umum untuk berpergian, lalu kita juga bisa mengurangi pembakaran sampah yang terjadi di sekitar kita. Okay, we have another question here from Shafir Fira. If I may know, how can we join this project besides using golf equipments, but still be able to join this project with juggling skill?
I think
You can answer it, Laura.
I think you can just try and use other things like a book, maybe. I guess like a book or wallet or something hard that a ball can bounce on. Or you can just, I don't know, like maybe create a ball out of paper, like a newspaper that's like waste already. You can just try. I think you can use it with you can do it with other equipment besides a golf club. So you can just take a book and it will count. Like it doesn't really matter. It's fine.
Okay, so it doesn't really have the specific requirements for juggling skills. I think like most of us here doesn't know how to juggle. Ya, begitu teman-teman. Jadi Kak Vira dan teman-teman yang lain, mungkin jika teman-teman ingin ikut di project ini, untuk ikut bersama-sama bisa berpartisipasi, kita nggak perlu ada skill yang khusus ya untuk bisa juggle atau dan lain-lain, seperti di videonya Laura dan teman-teman kan sudah expert gitu, bisa sampai beribu-ribu kali, beratus kali gitu kan. Mungkin teman-teman yang di rumah ingin mencoba-coba, tidak apa-apa, bisa pakai buku. Terus mungkin jika tidak ada bolanya, bisa pakai bola yang dibuat dari kertas gitu kan. Jadi efektif dan juga efisien untuk dilakukan di rumah masing-masing. Jadi teman-teman nggak perlu harus beli equipment, golf equipment and do the juggles, but you can make it yourself at home. Okay, thank you very much, Laura. That's really inspiring talk with you. And I think maybe for the last but not least, you can give a brief but quite long message for the followers of Teens Program Indonesia here. That's really it's get inspired by your project, especially, and maybe you can tell them how to be brave to do the actions, especially in environmental issues.
Yeah, so I think you should, for the followers, just keep following Teens for Green and keep up with their projects because I think they do a good job in like keeping their followers updated with like issues as well as like the projects that they're doing and as well as webinars that they attend or like IG lives like this with special speakers as well because they do a good job. And if you're passionate about the environment, I guess you can do anything. You can search up for like cleanups. Maybe you can join the like beach cleanups or trash cleanups or anything. Or you can try and join an organization as well. Maybe search up. Because I'm pretty sure there's like hundreds or of small organizations that care about the environment. So you can try to join them, or you can create your own project like me. You can relate the environment with one of your hobbies. Could be any sport. It could be making art, painting, playing music, even to raise funds for, I guess, for organizations. So I think that once you start it, you shouldn't stop. You should just keep going all the way. So I think that that's the biggest thing that you can do. You can just start doing it, and yeah.
Yeah, that's really awesome, Laura. Maybe if you would like to promote Junior Golfers for a Cause here, I think it will be great to gain followers.
Yeah, so yeah, follow, was it Junior Golfers for a Cause? I think you can just go to one of Teens Group posts and they tagged us there. So you can just go there and then if you want to join us juggling, uh, using a book or anything, feel free. And there's an email that you can send those videos to in the Junior Golfers for a Cause Instagram, and we'll also gladly take any donations. I guess if you want to help us and if you want to see us juggle, it's all on our Instagram as well. Also on YouTube, same thing. Yeah.
Ya, thank you Laura. Jadi teman-teman tadi Laura udah bilang bahwa kita sebagai anak muda ini nggak boleh takut untuk melakukan perubahan atau melakukan sebuah aksi, terutama mungkin relate dengan tema kita pada hari ini itu semangat Kartini untuk pulihkan bumi. Jadi mungkin sebagai kita Kartini selanjutnya nih, Kartini di generasi zaman now, kita harus berani dengan melakukan beberapa mungkin langkah kecil ya, seperti tadi menginisiasi project atau mungkin kita ikut volunteer seperti Teens Go Green, lalu mengikut clean up, project-project clean up di beberapa tempat. Itu kan merupakan suatu langkah yang kecil tapi berdampak yang besar untuk lingkungan kita. Oke? Dan juga tadi Laura bilang jangan lupa untuk follow Junior Golfers for a Cause di Instagramnya, dan kalian bisa mendukung dengan melakukan juggles versi kalian, jadi tidak perlu equipment khusus golf, tapi kalian bisa membuat atau menciptakan equipment golf dari rumah kalian sendiri gitu. Oke, dan don't forget teman-teman yang lain untuk mengisi link absensi di pin kolom komen yang sudah aku pin di situ. Okay, thank you very much again, Laura, for your time and also your amazing sharing session with you here. I'm really honored to be with you here, and also it's really great to see you, such a young lady. You are really brave to make a project and to initiate a big project to help the environmental organization. And Teens Go Green here really appreciate you for attending our live RBT today. Thank you very much, Laura,
Thank you for having
and
me.
for your friends too. Good luck for your projects and also your projects in the future. We hope that you can success and create more projects for the environment.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Maybe we will end this session soon. So good luck, Laura.
Thank you.
Goodbye. Thank you very much. Oke teman-teman, tadi udah berakhir sesi kita dengan Laura dan tadi kita seperti yang kita sudah dengar dari Laura, banyak kisah-kisah inspiratif yang kita dapatkan dari Laura. Lalu Laura juga telah melakukan banyak project-project, ya salah satunya itu Junior Golfers for a Cause, yang merupakan project untuk berdonasi kepada organisasi lingkungan. Dan di situ kita bisa melakukan teknik atau juggles, ya. Jadi kita memantulkan bola golf itu. Tapi teman-teman kalau jika ingin berpartisipasi juga, teman-teman tidak perlu memiliki equipment atau alat-alat golf untuk berpartisipasi. Teman-teman bisa membuat atau menciptakan alat-alat golf sendiri di rumah. Jadi teman-teman bisa memvideokan video teman-teman sedang juggling itu, lalu teman-teman bisa mengirim email ke emailnya Junior Golfers for a Cause. Untuk lebih lanjut teman-teman bisa cek di Instagramnya Junior Golfers for a Cause. Dan juga untuk teman-teman di sini yang sudah dari tadi pantengin live IG Teens Go Green, teman-teman bisa isi link presensi atau link absensi di situ, di kolom pin yang sudah aku pinkan. Terima kasih teman-teman sudah join live kita pada hari ini, dan juga jangan lupa untuk cek, tetap stay tune di IG-nya Teens Go Green Indonesia, karena kita pasti ada banyak lagi acara-acara yang menarik. Salah satunya juga ada RBT atau Rabu bersama Teens Go Green yang akan diadakan setiap hari Rabu. Dan pantengin juga untuk RBT minggu depan, yaitu RBT episode ke-24. Jangan lupa ya teman-teman untuk tetap menonton RBT. Oke, thank you very much teman-teman, dan juga semuanya di sini yang udah dari tadi selama 1 jam menemani kita, sudah berbincang-bincang secara santai dengan Laura. Semoga tadi bincang-bincang santai yang sudah kita lakukan itu bisa menginspirasi kita semua, karena kita sebagai anak muda atau sebagai Kartini muda masa kini harus tetap melakukan yang terbaik atau melakukan sebuah aksi yang original gitu ya. Terserah kita sendiri. Jadi apakah kita ingin melakukan aksi kecil maupun aksi besar, itu merupakan langkah yang sangat akan diapresiasi untuk lingkungan kita. Oke, teman-teman, terima kasih sekali lagi. Jangan lupa untuk mengisi link absensi di situ. Dan begitulah berakhirnya sesi RBT atau Rabu bersama Teens Go Green episode ke-23, yaitu Semangat Kartini Pulihkan Bumi. Terima kasih teman-teman sudah datang di sini. Sampai jumpa di sesi RBT selanjutnya. Dadah.